guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name's Olivia. I upload videos weekly on beauty, life and style. If you're new, thanks so much for joining. I hope you stick around, and if you do enjoy the content, then please make sure to give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe. So I'm coming to you uncharacteristically undone. I very rarely start a video off looking like this, but that's because we're trying out all new makeup in today's video, as you can tell by the title. Well, mostly new makeup. It's not all brand new, but I do have quite a few bits that I haven't shown on this channel, which are either brand new or I've had for a while, but I haven't shown them on this channel. So that's what we're gonna do today. Just play around in some makeup and relax, you know? Cute! So ignore my hair. My hair is in school lines. You guys know I cut my hair at some point last year. I wasn't doing an actual hair journey. I literally was just tired of my hair and decided to cut it. It's now grown quite a bit, but I can't handle it. Like, me and hair things, makeup, everything else, I've got the time for. My hair, I haven't. So I put it in school line. So this is what I look like pretty much day in, day out, except when I pop on a wig. And you know, transformation loading, honey. So ignore that for now. Oh, and also new is the lens that you're watching me on. I got a new lens for my camera. Let me know what you think about it. Is it better? Do you like it? It's giving us some nice depth of field here. All right, enough rambling. Let's get started. So my eyebrows are partially done. What I've done is use eyebrow pencil and a little bit of pomade towards the tip of my brows to start off my brows. And that's because I want to show you a new brush that I want to use. So you guys know that I usually clean up my brows with this brush right here. It's the Susie Beauty angled liner brush. I have no idea whether they still sell this, but it is my holiest of grails when it comes to sorting out my eyebrows. I was buying some stock for the Cocoon Beauty store. Gosh, forgot the name of my own brand. I was buying some stock for the Cocoon Beauty store from AOA Studio, and I saw that they had single brushes and also angled brushes. So they have one for brows and they have one for liner. So I thought I would try out this brow brush and see whether I can get a backup for my Susie Beauty one, because I did buy a second Susie Beauty brush, but it just doesn't perform in the same way as this like original one. So I don't know whether I got a dud or whether that's just like they changed how they make them. But it's always good to, you know, try something new. This brush, by the way, is the E114, and we're going to use this to carve out my brows. Currently loving this concealer, the Can't Stop Won't Stop by NYX in the shade Mocha. It's a really good shade match for me for my brows, or if I want to like spot conceal or anything like that. So how I usually do this is, I mean, I've got a full detailed video which is basically exactly the same, but just to show you here. So I grab the brush and pick up some product on either side. Oh yeah, this looks promising. I pick up some product on either side of the brush head. I was saying it looks promising because the brush has picked up that product and it's already immediately thinned. So I feel like it's gonna give me the precision I need. So let me just hold up this mirror here. I hope it's not gonna block me out too much, and carve out my brows. Okay, you guys, I think I may have found the one. This is it. This is it. This is it. Go get this. It's available on Cocoon now, by the way, because I picked up some more, and because I got you like that, you know. So go check that out on the Cocoon Instagram page. It's always linked down below in the description box. Okay, so I finished up my brows, and I've also gone ahead and concealed my eyelids with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. It's a little bit brighter on my eyelids because we're going to go into eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, I've got a new palette from Morphe. It's this one. It's called the, haven't touched it yet, it's brand new. It's the 18S. Let me just remove that bit of plastic. Looks like this. I hope that's not getting too washed out, but it's more saturated than this in person. I don't know what, there was something that just drew me to this palette, and I think it's the mix of interesting colours. So it's got a few shades that are like standard, but then it's got all these lovely yellow greens, pop of orange, some coral, some purpley shades. I mean, just look at it, it's so pretty. And it comes with a big mirror. So we're going to go ahead and play around in this for eyeshadow. We're going to start off with a transition shade. I think I want to go cranberry-ish, right? Because there's this shade right here and the one next to it, and they just all look really pretty. It's actually got tiny little sparkles in it. I think I want to go in with Scarlet Blaze as like the main color, but we need to set down the transition shades. So I'm going to go into this very caramelly nudie shade here, which is called Beach Scene, and let's see how that applies on to the eye. So I think I'm gonna go into this deep brown shade here called Landscape, and we're gonna put that in the, oh, it's quite deep on the brush. Let's see. Oh no, oh, okay, that's a nice colour. Okay, okay. We're gonna put that right here into the crease. I was worried that this colour would come out too grey, but it's not done that, which I'm excited about. I mean, it is definitely cool toned, which is fine because we're going in with purples and berry tones. Okay, I'm gonna go into that berry shade that we mentioned, Scarlet Blaze, and I'm gonna use a flat, what's typically a concealer brush, but I just want to pack this colour on to my lid first and basically get the colour payoff, and then we're gonna go into blend. Oh, that colour is so nice. Look at that colour. The advantage of also going in with a concealer brush like this, and this one's quite stiff, is that you get the precision that you need. I would actually typically use this brush for carving out my lid, like if I was going to do a cut crease with a bright shimmery colour. But because this is quite a bold colour, there's no need for me to really lay down that concealer, and it's not glittery. I mean, it has got some glitters running through it. It's not completely matte, but actually on the eye, it's not appearing very intense. So I think I'm fine to just use this brush, and it's allowing me to get that detail on the eye that I've got right there right now. All right, so I want to take advantage of that deep brown called After Dusk here in the corner. And this also has glitters in it, but because it's not appearing on the eye so much, I'm going to risk it as my outer corner shade. And I'm going in with a pencil brush to just add some smoke to that outer corner. Do I like it? Do I like it? I almost want to blow out this lid colour a bit. Yeah, we're going to blow it out a bit. Why not? Makeup is for playing. So let me take it up a little bit first. I'm just going to take it a little bit higher. Okay, so instead of blowing it out, what I've done is just kind of take the colour a little bit higher, kind of in the same way that I would if I was doing a cut crease, and I think I like what that looks like a lot better. Okay, so next up is liner, and I'm going in with this liner. It's a liquid pen liner from the brand Punker. Haven't heard of this brand before. I got this free as a sample when I bought some stuff from an online store, and I was buying quite a bit of beauty products. So I'm just going to line my eyes with this. Language skills disappear when it comes to liner. I have used this before. I do like it. I do like it. Hold on, let me finish this because I can't talk and do this at the same time. Alright, liner done. So I was saying I have been using this liner over the past couple of days, and it's nice. I like it. I like nib. It kind of like glides on quite easily. It doesn't dry down to a complete matte, so it still has a little bit of a sheen to it. I'll use it definitely until I'm done because I like how it works, but I think for me, the pen liner that I love for the price point is the Colourpop one. I just think that that's amazing. It's a dead-on dupe for the Fenty, and I don't think anyone will convince me otherwise with that one. Next up is lashes, and these are a pair from Ardell from their Naked Lashes line. This is in the style 421. I picked these up just to try it out. I'll make sure to include a little picture here because you probably can't see that getting washed out. They look quite natural looking, like subtle volume, like not OTT, not like too much in your face. I feel like that's kind of the lash that I have been, the type of lash that I have been drawn to over like the past couple of months. I'm trying out a ton of lashes to see what's my favorite kind of affordable looking one. Affordable one, but still good looking. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you want your lash to look fluffy. This one definitely does look fluffy. It seems to have like 2 layers of the lashes, and I like that it's the Ardell style because they tend to be very lightweight on the eye, and also a nice thin band, which makes it really, really easy to apply. This packet is so hard to get into. Oh, these look good. These could actually pass as your lashes, you guys. There is hardly a band. These look so good. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to trim those. And then I'm gonna pop on a light coat of mascara. The mascara I'm loving at the moment, you guys know, is this Essence False Lash Princess Mascara. Or Lash Princess, I don't think it's called a false lash. But it may as well be called a false lash because it does something for little eyelashes like mine. So if you've got big lashes, I can't even begin to imagine what it will do for you. Okay, lashes are on. Ignore the white glue because it's going to dry absolutely completely now that it's on my eyes. But these are so good. This is literally what I want my eyelashes to look like. This is where I go and buy out the store and have these on backup, and I get back to wearing lashes on a daily basis because this is what I want my lashes to look like. And lash techs that I have used do not do my lashes like this. Lash techs that I have seen other people use do not do lashes like this. It's either too heavy, too full, just not enough detail. If you know a lash tech who can do my lashes like this, hit me up in the comments. So time to get on to the face now, and in the same freebie pack I got this, and it's a sample of the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I haven't ever tried this, and that's because pretty soon after it came out, NYX also had an Angel Veil Primer, and I bought that and everybody said it was absolutely like exactly the same thing, so I never bothered to pick this up. But because they gave it to me in a tester, am I gonna say no? Of course I'm gonna use it. So we're gonna put this on as my primer today. Oh, okay. It's very lightweight, very lightweight. I can see why they called it the Veil Primer, because it is so lightweight. It really does feel like a veil. And it is very smoothing. I can feel it. Oh no, I think I'm spreading eyeshadow there somewhere. I can feel it kind of smoothing the pores, but in a very lightweight way. I would say in comparison to the NYX Angel Veil, because I have that primer, and we've got it on Cocoon. This is a little bit lighter. The NYX one doesn't feel as light as this, but this is leaving an incredible purple cast. Can you see? It looks like I've put on one of those sunscreens that like leaves me looking purple. But Angel Veil also does leave a cast, although I don't know whether it looks this crazy. This one is casty. But even on my fingers, I can feel the smoothing effect. So if you are looking for a smoothing effect primer, and you want to try a high-end one, and this one is the way to go. I'll let you know how I feel about it, you know, once I've got my foundation on, but my skin does feel really, really nice. Alright, okay, so next up is foundation, and I'm going to go in with a stick foundation. I bought this in February when I had travelled to Europe. I bought it in the airport on the way back. I don't know whether I've shown it on this channel. I think only on my Instagram, so you haven't seen me use this on video, so we're going to try that out today. It's the NYX Studio Fix Stick Foundation, which they came out with pretty recently, and I got the shade NW47. I'm usually the shade NW48 in the Studio Fix Fluid, but either they didn't do NW48 or they didn't have it, so I just decided to go for the 47 in the stick. So I'm just going to apply stripes of this kind of all over my face. I've been quite generous. I'm going to be quite generous with this because the way that purple cast is, girls and boys, looks a little bit crazy. I hope it's not going to come through. And then I'm going to use a really dense brush to buff this out. This is from the BH Cosmetics Marble Look set. Okay, so after I've done that, it's time for concealer. And for concealer, I've also got another sample. I mean, I loaded up on all the samples, you guys. I got another sample from NARS, and this is their Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's just a little card with 4 sample sizes in. This is like the shade chart, and then 4 sample sizes in. And the only one that I can really use is this last one, which is Amande. I don't think Amande is my shade. I suspect that this might be a little bit too light, but it's that shade that came out a few years ago with the Radiant Creamy Concealer when that was like really big on YouTube and all the black girls were using Amande. You know, like how everybody was using Fawn, and then some of us realised that Fawn really wasn't our colour. I feel like this might be the same case for Amande, although I don't know. Okay, let's see. In this little sample thing, it doesn't look so bad. I've also got the shades Caramel, Custard and Vanilla. If any of you would like these 3 at your cost, just DM me and I will send them over to you for free. Or if you have a rider, they can come pick them up. That's fine by me. So I'm just going to open this up because I was curious about this concealer because MAC have one that I really like. I think it's called the Studio Sculpt, and I've used that and repurchased that for years. So I was curious to see whether, this is really sealed tight. I was curious to see whether this would be the same or similar. Am I looking a little bit purple? Sorry, I keep looking into the viewfinder, and that's because I'm just getting that undertone of purple coming through on camera. In the mirror, I'm not. But in person I am. Sorry, I had to use my teeth because there was no way this was gonna actually open. So I'm expecting this to be quite a heavy consistency and cream-like. But let's see, I hope it's not too heavy because I'm using this under my eye. So I'm just going in with a clean concealer brush. We're just gonna apply this under the eye. Pretty gently. It feels pretty lightweight. It's not heavy at all. And it's spreading out really nicely. I think I would prefer this consistency. Now let me see when I blend it out, but I think I would prefer this consistency for spot concealing rather than using this under my eyes, just because of the texture of it. Color wise, in person it doesn't look so bad. I thought it would be much brighter than this. Yeah, I thought it would be much brighter than this, but it doesn't look so bad. And then we're going to have to blend this out. So let me just try and get all the excess out of this brush first. 1 second. So for blending out, I also have a new sponge, and that is this squidgy little sponge. And it's from Colourpop. It's their detail sponge. I bought it because of the shape. I don't have a sponge that has this much of a sharp point. And I wanted to try it out. That angle, that slope is quite steep. And then it has like a rounded flat bottom as well. It's really nice and squishy. I've swatched it. I mean, I've dampened it already under the tap and then squeezed out all the excess. So I'm going to use this to blend out my under eye. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so the sponge I like. The sponge I really like. The concealer is okay, but I don't know, there's something a little bit off about the colour. I'm just looking in here on the screen right now and it definitely looks super bright. The lighting has changed also, so it's definitely brighter in the room. But it looks, I don't know, it looks a little bit offish. And that might be because it's too bright or the undertone's a little bit off. What do you think? I mean, I haven't done anything under my eyes here, so once I fill that in, of course, that will become a little bit better. But I feel like it has done something to my overall complexion, which I'm not so much of a fan of. So I'm gonna go into, so I'm gonna layer it. So I'm gonna layer it because I'm not too keen on what this is looking like. With the e.l.f. concealer in Deep Chestnut that I used earlier for my my eyelids, and then I'll go into the e.l.f. concealer, but this one is the hydrating satin finish, and this is in the shade Deep Caramel. Deep Caramel is just a hair lighter than Deep Chestnut, but I like what they look like blended together, these two colours. And then I'm just going to use that to just go over this concealer. I think, yeah, this colour just looks much richer. Amande on me just looked a little bit pale. It was making me look a little bit, I don't know, sickly. Alright, so let me set it, and nothing new for setting powder, just going to use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in medium deep. You guys know how much I love this powder. I'm just going to use the same sponge to do so. I've picked up quite a bit, so let me just spread that out over my face and then set my face. Okay, I know my face is looking a little bit crazy right now, but never fear because bronzer is not too far away. And I'm using my Covergirl Full Spectrum Bronzer. With this brush, guys, do you remember this brush? I hold it from Miniso. I like it. I've used it long enough now. I'm really enjoying the brush. I would recommend it for blush and bronzer. I think it does really well on both of those things. And for blush, I'm going to use the Black Up blush in the shade 10. I've used that enough on this channel. You guys know that I really like this colour. Okay, so I've gone in on my bottom lash with a little bit of mascara and a teeny bit of that eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to go into this shade right here and add a little bit of inner corner highlight. It's not a highlight in a traditional sense because it's not like super bright and blinding, but it's metallic, so it's going to catch a little bit of the eye. It's actually a very similar tone to the lid colour that I've got on. I feel like I just want a little bit of a touch. I'm going to try out this shade here. I don't know whether it's going to come out green. It looks green in the pan, but it might be holographic, so let's see. Yes. Okay, good. The risk paid off. It's kind of holographic-ish. So I'm just going to layer that on top, which will add a little bit of that brightness. There we go, cute! Right, for setting powder, I was going to go in with this, which is it's a sample size of the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. But I'm worried about the stick foundation breaking up. just because they're not always great for oily skin, so I'm not going to risk it. What I'm going to do instead is go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and just enjoy that spray all over my face. And then I'm just going to press it in with this sponge. I just don't want to risk that breaking down, and the Continuous Setting Spray will kind of just help everything finish and blend together without making it slicky and oily. Okay, time for lips now, and for lips I'm going to go in with this liner. It is from Kiko Milano, and it is the Smart Fusion Lip Pencil in the shade 531. It's a deep brown shade, but it kind of has like a little bit of a purplish undertone. So I'm just going to use that to line my lips. That colour looks cute by itself, but we're going to top it off with gloss. And the gloss is new. This is my new baby. It's the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Hot Chocolate, which I have been dying to get my hands on. Ugh, look at it. It's like a sheer chocolate brown with all the juicy glitters that you need in it to give you all that reflect. If you've got lips that are the same colour as mine, I would say wear this with a liner. Like, I don't think you can get away with it without a liner. It won't give you the same effect. So do a dark brown, do purple, play up on those tones in it, and I think you will love it. And this is the finished look. Can we get a side by side? What I started out from and where I am now. Thoughts. There were some things in this that I really liked. There were some things that were me, and there were some things that were like, no. The top ones for me, of course, mwah, the lips, love that. Love the lashes. The lashes are really, really pretty. And what else did I love? What else was new? Oh, and this sponge, yes. I did like this sponge. I mean, I have to keep using it, but I can already tell that I like it. So I like the sponge. The ones that were kind of like in betweeny. Oh, no. One more thing. I loved that brush. That brush was amazing. In terms of in-betweenies, I think the foundation stick is on an in-betweenie because I have to keep testing it to make sure what I feel about the longevity and how it kind of breaks down on my skin with my oily skin. I did like the primer. The primer was good, but I don't know whether I would shell out for the premium price point of the Hourglass, although I did really like the kind of smooth canvas that it gave, but I think you can get that from other primers as well. And the palette, I think I give the palette mixed reviews. Some of the colours were stunning. Some of the colours were okay. The one that I've got on my lid was beautiful. The one I've got on my inner corner is really nice. The brown in the corner, that let me down a bit. It was much more cool tone than I expected it to be. I wanted it to be more of a rich chocolatey brown, and it didn't really come through for me. Which sometimes happens with eyeshadow palettes. I mean, especially with darker skin, you can expect that. But the shadows performed pretty much how I expected them to perform. But of course, I haven't used the whole thing. So once I've used more of the thing, I'll have a bit of a better idea how I feel about that. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already for more content like this. Follow me over on IG as well also if you haven't, because I post there a lot on my stories, sometimes on my feed. I think I might take a feed photo today because you got looking cute. Yeah, I think that's it. Love you. See you in my next video. Bye.